Good day, here are the top stories of the Manila Times for November 4, 2021. Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo has confirmed that President Rodrigo Duterte is considering running for a Senate seat in 2022 to continue working for the people's welfare. The senator added that Duterte is examining a number of factors before deciding whether to run or not. The president earlier said he would run for vice president, but he backed out at the last minute. It was Go who took his place as the vice presidential candidate of the PDP Laban faction led by Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi. The ruling party has urged Duterte to run for senator. An official of the Commission on Elections or Comelec on Wednesday said there was no basis to disqualify former Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. or BBM from the presidential race. Comelec spokesman James Jimenez said the disqualification case filed against Marcos had no clear basis. He explained that in order to be disqualified, a candidate must have been convicted of a crime constituting moral turpitude or an offense with at least an 18-month jail term. Four Philippine universities again made it to the top 200 list of Quacquarelli-Simons or QSA Asia University ranking this year among 687 institutions in the region. The University of the Philippines remained the only Philippine university among the top 100 despite dropping to the 77th place in 2022 and from 69th in the previous year. Ateneo de Manila University climbed 11 notches to 124th from 135th last year. Similarly, De La Salle University and the University of Santo Tomas performed better in the 2022 edition than in the previous edition, climbing 6 and 9. Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio called on her supporters to scrap the planned caravan, urging her to run for president, saying their efforts would be better spent on something more productive. The Sara All Philippines 2022 caravan, which was scheduled from November 4 to 15, will be conducted in various areas such as Cotabato, Bukidnon, Cagayan de Oro, Leyte, Samar, Legazpi, Naga, Lucena, Batangas, and Manila, among others. Based on the itinerary of the caravan shared by the mayor in her Facebook post, the delegates would take off from Cotabato City on November 4, Bukidnon on November 5, and Cagayan de Oro City on November 6. The supposed date of arrival in Manila is on November 13, and a big day event was set on November 15. Topping business, debt watcher S&P Global Ratings believes that the Philippine banking system is at risk from the real estate sector. In a report titled APEC Banks Navigating Through Rising Property Risks released on Wednesday, it cautioned that the Philippine banks face higher impairment risk amid a correction in property prices and a much weaker economy. S&P's recent assessment backs up its January analysis, which identified the property industry as a source of risk for lenders in the Philippines and 14 other emerging markets. In sports, Los Angeles, Max Fried hurdled 6 shutout innings and George Soler smashed a towering home run as the Atlanta Braves captured their first World Series since 1995 with a 7-0 rout of the Houston Astros on Tuesday, Wednesday in Manila. Starting pitcher Fried put on a clinic in Game 6, striding out 6 batters for the Braves, who wrapped up the best-of-7 series 4 games to 2 in front of a crowd of 40,060 at Minute Maid Park in Texas. Cuba Soler was the biggest contributor on offense and was named MVP of the 2021 World Series. The veteran outfielder, whom the Braves acquired at the Major League Baseball trade deadline, hit his third go-ahead home run of the series. Donovan Mitchell scored a season-high 36 points and Mike Conley added a season-best 30 points, lifting the Utah Jazz to 119 over 113 win over the Sacramento Kings on Wednesday in Manila. The game was tight throughout with neither team leading by more than single digits. Sacramento 3-3 took its final lead of the game on Richard Holmes' tip in with 5 minutes and 2 seconds remaining to make it 102 over 101. Barnes led the Kings with 23 points and Hield had 19. 7 Sacramento players scored in double figures. The Times editorial tackles the end of the climate debate and about research that oil companies' knowledge and concern about climate-altering emissions dates back to at least 1960s. For the full version, read the opinion section, subscribe to its paper's digital edition, or listen to the Voice of the Times. Antonio Contreras, Ian Macabenta, and Edsel Lagman are the columnists on today's front page. Contreras talks about the morals and values in politics. Macabenta on how history points to a watershed election and an affirmative vote for the future. And Lagman writes about how child marriage will soon be a relic. For more news and information, read the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and keep up with the Times.